Okay, last one on the area of study, guys, 18. This is the one where you're going to have to be using your calculator. So let's see if you could actually build a picture of what they're talking about. You have 650 feet of fencing to build a rectangular region. What are the dimensions that will produce the largest area if one of the sides has a natural border, maybe a river, that requires no fencing? So let's say I have my river over here. I have my rectangular region. I'm going to represent these as X, and this one as Y. If I have 250 feet of fencing, that represents the perimeter. Well, what's my perimeter in this problem? I have two X's plus a Y, because one side is a river, so I don't need to include that in my problem, to equal 650 feet. If I want to find the maximum possible area, well, I'm going to use my area formula, which is X times Y. I need to replace one of those with the variables from the perimeter formula. So I'm going to solve this perimeter one for Y. So to solve it for Y, I'm going to subtract 2x from both sides. So I get 650 minus 2x. Where does this go now? It's going to be going into the area formula where the Y is. So the x is coming down. The Y now becomes 650 minus 2x. Here you could leave it like this if you wanted to. You could distribute it and then plug it in the calculator. So this would be 650x minus 2x squared. This is the equation that I want to graph. So on the calculator for y1, this is what you're going to be putting in. Make sure you adjust your window on the calculator so that you could actually see this parabola. Okay, so here I adjusted my window. I made my min and max for x from 0 to 300, my y min and max from 0 to 55,000. I taught you guys to actually look at the table settings and start plugging in values for x and see where it starts to increase and then decrease again to figure out your window to see the top of that parabola. So hopefully you remember that. So we get a graph that looks something like this. Then what do we need to press to figure out the maximum? We do second calculate on the calculator. We go down to number 4, which is the max. We do left bound and right bound on both sides of that high peak of the area curve. And then for the guess, we press enter. And hopefully you'll get the answer that I got. So let's see here. When I did that, and I did second calculate, number 4, left bound, right bound, enter for the guess again. I got in the calculator my x to be 162.5. My y, which is my max area, I get it to be 52,812.5 feet squared. So that's my maximum area. To figure out the dimensions now, we know that the x is 162.5 feet. So if you go back to that picture that we drew, right, by the river, this is 162.5, 162.5. Then to get the other part of that rectangular area, add those two, get rid of it from that perimeter, which was 650 feet, so I'm left with 325 feet for the y. So these are my xy dimensions here. This is my max area, and those are the answers. You have to be able to know how to use that calculator correctly. So hopefully during the review session you'll remember and knowing what buttons to press.